Did you know that Easton University is the #1 sales training for high-income sales professionals in the world? Did you know that Easton University's online portal is completely user-friendly? Did you know that we have 24/7, 365 support? Yeah, and I wanted to leave you with this one. People that get certified through Easton University, they sell 7 times more. They close 7 times more deals than their competition. What does all of that have in common that I just told you, besides the fact that you're like, I didn't really like the feel of that. Did you really like the feel of that? You shouldn't have. Why? Because all I did there is make a bunch of statements. Now, you may have done this in the past. You're not going to be doing it now. I guarantee your competition is going to continue to do this. We think a big part of our job, either consciously or subconsciously, as sales professionals, is to make these really educated, really powerful statements. That's going to get our prospects, our buyers, to close the deal. That's going to get them to buy with us. Now I want to ask you, when I was making those statements, how did any of those make you feel about Easton University? My guess is probably not that great. There's a huge difference between making statements and asking questions. Let's talk a little bit about statements. Number one, statements invite contradiction. If I just sit here and throw a bunch of statements at you, no matter how educated those are, no matter how true those statements are, it's human nature, you can't help but go, I'm not sure about that, right? You can't help but go, I'm going to push back on that, right? They invite contradiction. They also, at the very least, can cause misalignment. If I'm throwing a bunch of statements at you, it can kind of misalign our relationship. You feel like, wow, this person's being pushy. Why would you feel that I'm being pushy if I just throw a bunch of statements at you? You would feel that I'm being pushy because, number 3, statements are a way of you imposing your opinions on your prospects, forcing your thoughts, your ideas onto your prospects. All 3 of those are not great places for you to be in terms of creating great collaborative conversation. One last thing about statements, and let me know if you felt this way when I was making the statements about Easton University. They're kind of one-sided, aren't they? It's almost like you're just being spoken to and not talked with. They're just simply one-sided. Now, let's flip that. Let's flip the script on that, put statements away for a second, and let's look at questions. Let's look at the power of, instead of you making statements, asking questions. Questions invite participation. If I ask you questions, by nature, you have to give me an answer. It invites participation. It facilitates alignment. When we're talking, when we're communicating, when we're collaborating, we're in alignment with each other. And the neat thing about questions is, instead of me trying to force my ideas upon you, I'm simply asking questions. I'm seeking to learn about you before I ever make a recommendation, before I ever make any sort of statement, right? I'm learning about you. I'm seeking to know more about you. That's going to build trust. It's going to build certainty, and it's going to build rapport. All of these things around questions are really, really good things, right? So both in your personal life and in your professional life, for sure, I want you to start taking inventory of, am I just making statements and trying to force information on this person, or am I asking questions and facilitating a dialogue? Am I in alignment with them? Am I seeking to first learn about this person before I make any sort of recommendation? The world of sales has completely changed. Today's customer has access to more information. Today's customer has more choices. The business world needs you. Studies have shown that 84% of salespeople fail to achieve their goals. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of selling in a way that's meaningful to you and your customers, and get you 7 times more business. I'll show you how the perfect sales process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from prospecting to closing the deal. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs. so you can build value in your solutions. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your customer so it's easy for them to buy from you. I've taught the best companies in the world and thousands of people just like you how to hit their targets. Selling is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career is gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or the corporate world before. And for the advanced sales professionals, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Easton University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective in any industry, large or small. You are about to become a certified master sales consultant. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Easton University.